tonight. Try our best. An overlay is coming that will turn California Screamin' into Californian Screamin' on social media. The Tower of Terror will become the Hollywood Toy Hotel this holiday season. Hey, at least it isn't Star Wars. And the House of Magic has returned to Main Street, and it's the best trick. The best trick is that the interior is invisible. And I butchered that horribly. You've read WDW News Today. Now it's time for WDW News Tonight.
Live from Orlando, Florida, WDWNT.com, the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, presents radio's only show about Walt Disney World, WDW News Tonight. Now, here are your hosts, myself and Tom Corliss.
Woo, fake. Not even fake applause this week. Woo.
Yeah. There's no fake audience in your apartment.
And there's a fake audience in the radio studio.
There sure is.
There is.
God. Nicholas Cicero. I'm Tom Corliss. You're not. Jason Diffendahl controlling stuff. Michael's doing something or other. And yeah. So we're doing the show not in the radio studio because yesterday I was too sick to even stand. And so here we are. But thank you all for joining us on a Thursday. We don't usually do this show on a Thursday, but here we are. We're gonna make this happen.
See how it goes.
I bet it goes better than when you have an actual radio studio to use.
We'll see.
Anyway.
Yet to be determined.
And we'll see if I don't cough through the whole thing. And now the news. Brought to you by TeePublic. Summer 2018 will bring a shoddily transformed land for guests to experience at California Adventure Park when PIXAR Pier tears through the quality materials and the stucco still beneath them along the southern shore of Paradise Bay. This new permanent land in that area that is now Paradise Pier will introduce 4 new neighborhoods representing beloved Disney Pixar stories, although I wouldn't get comfortable calling anything permanent in a Disney theme park right now. Everything's cool.
It is funny how they made a point to put that word permanent in there.
Yeah. Well, at least until another IP comes along. The first neighborhood. Can we talk about this neighborhood? What is this, Sesame Street?
Absolutely.
What Pier amusement park is broken into neighborhoods? Even Six Flags calls them lands.
Didn't you know that all of the Pixar characters live in the same city, just different neighborhoods?
It's all on a pier in Santa Monica.
Never mind.
That's a good theory.
There you go. That's why they all tie together. It's that theory that they're all one shared universe.
Yeah.
Although it was much simpler that they all live on a pier. Anyway, so stupid. I'm dying. Anyway. The first area is inspired by The Incredibles, will open in summer 2018 with the Incredicoaster, which is also the name of a ride at Fun Spot, I believe. Permanently transformed from the attraction that is now California Screamin', Incredicoaster will invite guests into a mid-century modern style load area where they board vehicles with a distinctive new look. New character moments, new scenes, and special effects. Oh, they say new scenes, like California Screamin' had scenes. And an exciting, the sand scene, the water scene.
The water scene.
We forgot to paint this during the refurb scene. Jeez. New character moments, new scenes and special effects, and exciting musical score will connect the attraction story to Pixar's The Incredibles 2, which opens June 14th, 2018. To prepare for this transformation, California Screamin' will close January 8th. And surprise, we're renting it out. So who's ready to walk the track at California Screamin'?
Oh, gosh. Not me.
You might want to be careful. Anyway. It's going to hurt. Toy Story Mania will anchor the Toy Story neighborhood with a carousel too embarrassing and themed to even mention today. A neighborhood inspired by Inside Out will be found on the western side of the boardwalk, and we come home to a new family-friendly attraction scheduled to open at a later date once it can be moved from a Bug's Land. That's right. The second worst ride in A Bug's Land is the new attraction Disney wants you to be excited for.
Woohoo! I'm excited.
And of course, as true with anything in life, how do you make it more exciting? You add a lot of balls. Just balls everywhere.
And you put it where the Maliboomer used to be.
Memory ball thing.
That's also how you make OBT more exciting.
I just love how... Anyway.
Shouldn't have made the joke without the music.
I'm not going to make it. Oh, boy. Well, let's talk about this. They removed the Maliboomer because it was it's unthemed and it doesn't really fit what we're going for. Let's just remove it. We'll figure it out later. And in the end, what replaces the Maliboomer is still a flat ride. Like, they just, 10 years later, just forget it. Just put a flat ride back.
Well, they obviously didn't have any good ideas in the past 10 years about what to put there, so I guess something's better than nothing.
No, I think nothing was better than something. This is the one case in life where nothing was better. Anyway, the fourth neighborhood will be a celebration of many Pixar stories, the ones that made less money. In this neighborhood, Mickey's Fun Wheel will have a new look, with each of the gondolas featuring different Pixar characters, but the iconic Mickey Mouse face remaining. In related news, the new Marvel attraction to DCA will be housed in a Death Star. We're still gonna call it Mickey's Fun Wheel. Mickey's Fun Wheel is covered in Pixar character cars.
That's the most schizophrenic thing I've heard in a while.
Well, I'm glad the Journey into Your Imagination guys are still with the company. Glad they're finding work. At Games of the Boardwalk, which already includes Bullseye's Stallion Stampede, all of the Midway games will be inspired by Pixar characters. New games are expected to include characters from A Bug's Life, La Luna, and WALL-E. In the games for A Bug's Life, guests are shown clips from the film and the movie Ants and have to guess which is which.
Oh, my God.
To win a plush flick.
Oh, that's great.
Well, you know, if you hear Woody Allen's voice, you probably know which one to pick. Mickey's Fun Wheel, Games of the Boardwalk, and Sideshow shirts will close January 8th to begin the mass application of stickers over the existing attraction. Meanwhile, Ariel's Grotto and the Cove Bar will be transformed into a new lounge and grill offering sparkling views of Paradise Bay and the new PIXAR Pier. Both locations will close January 8th because that's when everything closes. With the Cove Bar reopening briefly in April because money. Before closing again. Californians are advised to find another overrated douchey thing to line up for during the downtime.
It really is, though. Everybody said I needed to go, and I was on.
You know what was sad was the ghost pepper nachos, which were only for Halloween time, were 1,000,000 times better than the nachos that everyone yelled at me that I had to have.
The lobster nachos.
The lobster nachos were a huge disappointment. Oh. And so were the drinks, but I have to say the Halloween stuff was better than the regular.
You go there for the view, not the food.
Even then, like there's a million places with nice views.
Yeah, but not all have sparkling views of Paradise Bay or whatever they call it.
Not all of them have a complete 90-degree angle view of World of Color.
No, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. Afterthought. The remaining areas of the land that is now Paradise Pier, including Paradise Gardens, Silly Symphony Swings, Jumpin' Jellyfish, Goofy Sky School, the Golden Zephyr, and the Little Mermaid, will become a new land called Paradise Park. How the hell did Golden Zephyr and Jumpin' Jellyfish survive again? They're going to outlive the Great Movie Ride. I want everyone to think about that.
That'd be amazing.
The Golden Zephyr and Jumpin' Jellyfish.
That would be amazing.
The two cheapest rides built in a land that was built on the cheap survived, outlasted everything else.
Like 3 redos of the park.
Yeah.
Well, they had to keep Paradise Park because otherwise they'd have to pay even more money to put stickers on the Paradise Pier Hotel.
The PIXAR Pier Hotel, yeah. Yeah. Who knows? There might be a later phase, but either way, they're never going to get rid of Mermaid.
No.
So it's going to have to stop somewhere.
Yep.
All I know, I'm happy Silly Symphony Swings survived. That's all I care about. With the success of Halloween in Cars Land, it seems that Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters and Mater's Junkyard Jamboree will be transforming for Christmas this year. If rumors are true, beginning November 10th, guests will find Luigi's Joy to the Whirl and Mater's Jingle Jamboree overlays of the Cars Land attractions. If this excites you, just wait until St. Patrick's Day for Mater's Drunk in the Yard Jamboree and Luigi's Happy to Have Hurled.
Oh, my God.
It'd be great.
Oh,
So
boy.
Yes. OtterBox. OtterBox and Disney announced today that OtterBox will be the official protective case of Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort as part of a new multi-year strategic alliance. OtterBox will also provide the outer casing for Parks and Resorts Chairman Bob Chapek, because he is, in fact, a robot. Yes.
It's incredible.
Yes. This will bring... Oh, boy. My chat keeps pulling up pop-up ads. I want to see the chat. Anyway, this will bring OtterBox cases to several DTEC locations throughout Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort and eventually expand OtterBox in-park presence, offering guests a way to protect their vacation memories with the #1 most trusted mobile case brand. So feel free to just throw it from the vehicle on rides now. See what happens. The collaboration, quote, the collaboration between OtterBox and Disney allows us to combine the trusted protection of OtterBox with the magic of Disney parks. It's the worst.
Wow.
Said OtterBox CEO Jim Park. Not only can we help protect guests' precious memories inside the park and beyond, but we can help them express their passion for Disney with cases that represent some of their favorite characters and attractions that Disney has removed or painted over. So enjoy, everybody. Yeah. Oh, there's Bob Chapek in the chat. There. A new outdoor seating area has opened at Cosmic Ray's Starlight Cafe at the Magic Kingdom, although guests are to be advised that it will take longer to run to the bathroom from this location. That's it. The house, that's all I got. The House of Magic. Can we talk about this? We found out why that shirt was a thing. That shirt was a thing because it celebrated the return of the facade. They restored the House of Magic facade on Main Street at the Magic Kingdom. Even though the inside of the shop is still a part of the expanded Emporium, guests will find the facade and window displays reflecting the original tenant, the House of Magic. In response, the Horizons facade will be restored to Mission Space next week. People are going to get real excited and then insanely depressed. From the construction crew that brought you Pandora, the World of Avatar and Rivers of Light, the long-delayed Choza de Margarita at Epcot will be opening soon, says Disney. Originally slated to open early this year, like February, Disney officially said that walls will be coming down shortly as soon as Jim Next Door returns their socket wrench. Damn it, Jim. Located, it's so stupid. Located outside of the Mexico Pavilion in Epcot, this walk-up window will feature authentic Mexican beverages and street fare. The beverage menu will feature 3 kinds of handcrafted margaritas, frozen margaritas for all of the Chevy's crowd, and Mexican beer. In addition to the 9 alcoholic beverage options, there will be a non-alcoholic fruit punch with orange, pineapple, grapefruit juices, and grenadine, and it too will come from a pre-mixed jug. No official opening date was given, but the location should open before the holiday season begins at the parks. I'm being told it's too late. Everything is decorated already, so we'll see you in 2018, Choza de Margarita. They even changed the name. It was Choza de Tequila.
Yeah.
And Choza de Margarita. What a disaster. Speaking of disasters, during Sunset Season's greetings, the Hollywood Tower Hotel will become the Hollywood Toy Hotel at Disney's Hollywood Studios, according to art we saw earlier this week. Fun fact, Disney then rotated and cropped this art and placed it over Paradise Pier for today's announcement. Worked out pretty well. A lot of guests were concerned that this would be permanent and not just a scene in the nighttime show. Well, in California it will be, so consider yourselves lucky. Yeah, there it is. I don't really have a problem with this. It's a projection in a nighttime show and not actually on the building. So
yeah. Did people really think that was a paint job on the building?
I don't know.
It's insane.
I think I think we said projection mapping, right?
You think people read?
In the story, right?
They click, mapping. They look at the image, and they scroll to the comments, and then they leave. They don't read the story. You ever read the social media comments? They always ask questions that could be answered by reading the story.
To be fair, I only read the headlines and the comments too.
Well, those are the best parts. And a lot of spelling errors in the main articles.
Yeah,
it's a terrible website.
Through that.
Oh boy! But at this point, it's weird. It's like just this artwork of a projection on the tower. It's like we're all expecting the announcement any day now. What's going to happen to Tower of Terror? Even though Bob Chapek said it's going to stay, like we all still expect the day to come when they announce something is replacing it. But anyway. Flights of Wonder at Animal Kingdom is likely coming to an end on December 31st. Quote, why are they closing the Banshee ride, asked most guests. You know what Disney Springs, that's all I have for that one. You know what Disney Springs needs? 3 more Italian restaurants because the first one was so good. The new venues are Maria and Enzo's, an Italian trattoria, Enzo's Hideaway, where Enzo would go to get away from Maria's cooking. He'd eat his Blaze pizza in there. And then Pizza Ponte, a fast casual concept that will be put out of business by Blaze. All 3 are being developed by the Patina Restaurant Group and will be located in the Edison complex across from STK Orlando. I feel like there's an amazing race happening between Choza de Margarita and the Edison to open last. Yeah, the Edison added 3 more restaurants inside of itself just to slow it down. They're like, guys, this is going too fast. Can we put 3 Italian restaurants in?
Is that the deal here? Are they using space that was going to be used for the Edison?
No, it was actually going to be Disney-owned concepts. Neverland Tunnels and Walt's Lounge.
Okay, so that's not happening now.
So the fun story is apparently Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar was going to be third party, and the third party company bailed, which forced Disney to come up with Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar. And then Jock Lindsay's went so poorly that Disney then decided, we're not going to do the other 2 things we were going to do. We're done with those.
But those actually sound good.
They do, but because of Jock Lindsay's, we now will not get those.
But don't they understand Jock is doing poorly because it's crap?
But it wasn't.
It was good.
They dropped the ball with Jock.
It ruined it.
Right. Well, I mean, there was their own thing. It's not
they killed the menu. The mugs were a disaster. They never made all of the coasters.
They ruined it.
Well, it's not because people don't want to go to a cool lounge. It's because they ruined it. I mean, that's.
But they don't understand that.
Yeah. So,
because call them up and tell them you ruined it.
It's too late.
Because Enzo's Hideaway sounds like a similar concept. So,
but I think this was all like an overall deal because Patina's also doing the space restaurant. And so I feel like this was like, oh, could you give us a venue at Springs and we'll do the space restaurant? And they were like, all right, fine. Something like that. Anyway, the Trattoria occupies an abandoned airline terminal from the 1930s in its Disney Springs backstory. Funny enough, it was abandoned because of its proximity to Portobello. Decor will feature air travel memorabilia and maps, while the dining room will have 50-foot ceilings and a view of Lake Buena Vista. Enzo's Hideaway occupies a supposed rum runner tunnel, is accessible through the interior of Maria and Enzo's, and Pizza Ponte will be a fast casual concept with pastries, pizza, Italian sandwiches, and espresso. Our last story, Deluxe Burger is now serving donut-breaded chicken breast nuggets. In related news, now even those confused foreign families aren't going to Pizza Ponte. The meal was introduced as a kid's meal, but so many adults ordered it that within days they had introduced a grown-up entree. This will now be Nick's go-to first date location.
Oh, jeez.
And that's the news. Nick, who brings us the news?
Probably fair. Don't forget to shop apparel.
I deserve to die from this illness.
For Disney fans throughout WDWNT.com and TeePublic. Just go to WDWNT.com, click on the TeePublic ad to shop for hundreds of designs for t-shirts, phone cases. Do we have otter boxes?
No.
Okay. Prince and
So
more.
don't throw your phone from a ride vehicle.
Please. Including exclusive WDWNT and WDW News Tonight logo apparel, as well as original creations such as Save Figment, the Epcot Center 35th anniversary list, 7, and more. Make the most of tonight's breaks and shop through our extensive collection. TeePublic, an official partner of WDW News Tonight. And Tom, if I'm not mistaken, we have a little sale.
Yeah, through Sunday, everything's on sale. You see right there, T-shirts are down to $14, but everything's on sale. Phone cases, stickers, whatever. They're all on sale. So make sure you go take advantage of that.
Sounds good.
All right, so now we take a commercial break.
We do. That's a good way to toss to it.
There you go. Woody's Lunchbox. Come on, it's time to eat. Woody's Lunchbox, a favorite dairy treat. You know, when I have a hankering for some cheese, I don't just grab some microwave pizza from the pizza planet like you city folk. I like to sit on down to a healthy, reasonable dairy treat, a mini baby bell cheese. Yeehaw! It's time for Woody's Lunchbox. It's the very best. It's the tiniest, reddest cheese in the wild, wild west. Sometimes I even like to grab myself a soda float if I feel like I've been eating right all week long. You know, to me, nothing says I've been shrunken down to the size of a toy quite like vanilla ice cream, ice-cold Coca-Cola, and some wax-encased cheese. In fact, I dare you to find a better meal in all of what's left of this here theme park. So turn away those cold pretzels, get rid of that nearly uncooked corn dog, and mosey on down to the side of the park that kind of still looks like a movie studio, and pay a visit to your lactose-happy friends here at Woody's Lunchbox, opening summer 2018 at Disney's Hyperia XL theme park. Woohoo! Woody's Lunchbox, come on, gather round. Woody's Lunchbox, the rest of the park's torn down. All the kids come running for the best darn cheese in town. It's the dumbest, stupidest, cheesiest corporate alliance around. Mini Baby Bell. Mini Baby Bell is probably my favorite thing I've ever recorded in 10 years of doing this. I broke recording that stupid line at the end like 20 times. But anyway,
that was good.
I digress. It's pretty stupid.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. But it was so easy. I mean, Mini Baby Bell. You got to do something with it. Anyway, welcome back to WDW News Tonight. It almost doesn't feel like WDW News Tonight. We're not in the radio studio, but it is. And the other fun thing is we can't take phone calls because we're not in a radio studio. So we do have a map game. And the way we're going to play the map game tonight is via the chat. Isn't this going to be fun, Nick?
I'm going to say yes.
What is the theme of tonight's map game?
Okay, here is the theme of tonight's map game. Walt Disney World is transitioning from Halloween to Christmas decorations right now, and your job is to search the park to find the newly placed holiday decor. For each Christmas decoration you have at the end of your 3-round turn, you win a prize from WDWNT. But beware, some spaces contain Halloween leftovers that you know prizes, while other spaces hide happy haunts that will steal one Christmas decoration from you.
Wow, this sounds well prepared. I have a bad feeling about this. These never go well when they sound well prepared.
I know. I'm scared too.
These never go well, period, right?
7 in the chat said when he said WDW was transitioning, I got worried for a minute. Anyway, so we have the, can we put the board up? We're going to put the board up. We have the board because it's not going to take very long to get people to play because we're just going to use the chat. And we're not using the YouTube chat because we never use that. We pretend it doesn't exist, like PIXAR Pier starting next summer. And so what we're going to do is those of you in the chat, which is at WDWNT.com, it's listen.WDWNT.com, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So those of you in that chat, if you'd like to play, go ahead and let us know, and I'll pick whoever says they want to play, and we'll do this.
All right, so you're going to watch the chat and read the...
I'm watching the chat right now.
Good.
So we'll see who wants to play. And what we'll do is usually we make you guys pick. What are the choices they have? It's between A through H,
and 1 through 8.
Yeah.
A through H and 1 through 8.
Come on, Tom.
All right. I see Arcade Animal. Arcade Animal in the chat. Go ahead and give me the 3 spaces you want to do. So we'll wait for them. Go ahead and type in 3 spaces. Everybody else, hold off with the I want to play. We'll get to you guys in a moment. Arcade Animal specifically in the chat. Go ahead and give us three square locations. It's going to be A through H and 1 through 8. This is the fun of doing this via chat. Lots of dead air.
The fun of the map game.
Oh, here we go. I've got the locations.
Okay, give me the...
All right, his first location is C5.
Let's check it out. C5. Oh, it's a Christmas decoration. Looks like a Mickey.
How many does he need? What's the goal here?
He gets 3 turns. He gets 1 prize for every Christmas decoration he has. So up to 3 prizes.
So he's got 1 thing already.
Yes.
All right, E3.
All right, E3. Let's see what we got there. Another Christmas decoration. Okay,
so he's got 2 decorations.
Got 2 prizes.
Last one is G5.
G5.
It's almost not even a map there.
Oh, it's a ghost. It's a ghost. That means he loses. This is worse than this game usually is. That means he loses a Christmas decoration. He leaves with 1 Christmas decoration. That means he gets 1 prize from WDWNT.
So they emailing you, Nick? Is that how we're doing this?
Yeah. Email nick@WDWNT.com.
It includes your chat name, Arcade Animal, so we know.
Give me your chat name. Give me your name and address. We'll get the prize out to you.
You didn't get 2 prizes. You get 1 prize because the ghost stole one.
Stole one.
Stole one.
Yes. All right. So now we need another contestant. Who wants to play? Go in the chat. Oh, no. People already said 7. Yeah, 7. Let's go with 7. Yeah, 7. Pretty partial to that. So go ahead and give us 3. Give us 3 locations here. This is riveting programming.
It certainly is.
Oh boy.
Sound effects.
We do have sound effects and no phone lines.
We could play the map game theme.
All right, we have the coordinates. Stop giving me PTSD. Next week is math game anyway. B2.
B2. Oh no, it's a ghost. It's a ghost, but no Christmas decoration. So,
negative
we
1?
don't go negative. No,
no negative.
Hey, always 1. If they end up with negative, they have to send us a prize.
I'm almost afraid of what would happen.
You'd get socks.
F7.
F7?
Yeah, 7.
It's a bus loop pizza.
Oh,
it's just a Halloween decoration left over. It looks like an old candy corn or something.
An old what?
Candy corn.
What?
They don't get anything. Nothing.
This is a spot with nothing in it.
It was just candy corn.
Yeah, candy corn.
No, yes, because they of course decorate the park with candy corn.
All the big ones.
There's no big candy corn.
Big ones.
H7.
They paint them up. They're old cones.
H7.
Oh, H7?
Yeah, 7.
All right, let's see what's there. Oh, this is an old Halloween decoration. I think it's a gravestone from the Haunted Mansion. Yeah, that's it.
So sorry, nothing.
Nothing.
Well, we can take another. We have time. Let's take another contestant. Sure.
What time?
On this riveting game. Thank you for everyone who, for some reason, is watching us do this.
Come on, I have a cohesive theme and sound effects.
And no physical contestants. Let's go, Sunny Eclipse. Sunny Eclipse in the chat wants to play. And yes, the email was nick@wdwnt.com. So Sunny Eclipse.
So many people are going to be emailing me saying they're him.
I know, right? Yeah, please don't do that. Thanks for giving people the idea. It's great.
If I get multiple emails, no one gets one.
No, they could just be spiteful. Sunny Eclipse, just give us those 3 coordinates. A through H, 1 through 8, please. Coordinates that haven't been picked yet. All right, here we go. A3.
A3. Nothing to steal now. Yeah. That's a Christmas decoration.
Yeah, D4.
D4. He found a Christmas ornament.
I thought for sure there'd be a ghost there. It's a Crystal Palace. Someone probably died there. And F5. Finger of God.
F5.
Oh, God, this is an old map. This is the Galaxy
Palace Theater. That's a
ghost. It's haunted. 0 for your Christmas decorations.
The ghost of the Galaxy Palace Theater.
Sorry.
Oh, man. So they get nothing?
Nothing.
This is a challenging map game.
Sure is.
If only challenge was a part of the map game.
It is tonight.
Anyway, we'll take another contestant here.
There's at least
Nick, why don't you tell us who brings us the map game?
Plenty of ghosts are getting taken out of the game too. So that's always good.
Phillies 162. You could be next. Give me your coordinates while Nick tells us about WDWNT the app. Maybe.
We have an app.
Is it not in there?
Where it's not in there.
Oh, great.
Can I tell you about Wigs?
Sure.
All right. Well, Wigs, which usually brings us the wonderful world of psychotic comments. This week, it's bringing us the map game. Sorry, Wigs. It's
I like how we have the app. The app is showing in the show, though. Never mind.
It's our Inner Globe Society, and you can support WDWNT and get early exclusive access to content that you just can't find anywhere else, including post shows for WDW News Tonight, starting at just $2 a month. For more information, go to patreon.com/WDWNT or just visit WDWNT.com, click on the Patreon link, join Wigs, and help make WDWNT happen through Patreon.
We have a post show tonight.
Wow.
Don't worry, Nick. You can go to bed. All right, let's see. Oh, we have our coordinates.
Oh, good. All right.
All right, we have the coordinates. D3.
Wow, you guys finding all the haunts. All right, we're at 0 Christmas decorations.
D2.
D2. Oh, see, this person has a strategy here, maybe. That's a Christmas decoration. All right, that's 1 prize.
And C3.
PO. C3. Let's see what's there. Oh, that's another decoration. That's 2 Christmas decorations. That means it's 2 prizes from WDWNT. Send me an email, please. Who is that?
Phillies 162.
Phillies 162. Send me an email, nick@WDWNT.com, and I will get you 2 prizes. Give me your name and address.
All right, let's take one more.
One more.
We could bear one more of these games. Let's see who we could. Somebody said no post-show listed on Patreon. Yeah, we probably forgot to do that. That shouldn't be a problem, though. I mean, we could still have it.
Yeah, we'll post
right,
it.
Jason? Yeah,
we'll post it at the break. Yeah. I'll post it.
Okay. So we can take one more contest. Oh, wait. My chat wasn't scrolling up. I'm going to pick one person at random here. Let's do Mickey 1023. Mickey 1023. So go ahead. Give us 3 coordinates. And we'll see if we could find some Christmas gifts, because it's never too early for Christmas, apparently. This is the most riveting show we've ever done. Playing a map game via chat.
It's exciting, and people want to know what's behind these spaces.
Waiting on those coordinates. It's like Battleship, only so much, much dumber.
And there's no ships.
Yeah. All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
C7.
7?
Yeah, 7.
Let's see what's there. Oh, you found Robo Chapek.
Jeez.
That's an automatic 3 Christmas decorations. He has a Santa hat. He's holding a candy cane. And then he has a little Santa jacket on. Looks good. All right. That was our special spot of the day.
I have no words. A8.
A8. Let's see. This is some leftover Halloween candy from Tom's bag. Dropped on the ground there.
No, I left that all with Nick.
All right. So 3 Christmas decorations. You might get a lot of prizes here.
And F2.
Yeah. F2. Oh, it's Christmas decorations
in Toontown Fair.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we should use like a map from, I don't know, this decade.
Anyway, who was that?
That was Mickey 1023.
Mickey 1023. That's 4 prizes you're going to get from WWNT. That is a lot of good stuff. We'll send it your way. Just email me, nick@wdwnt.com, with your name and address.
All right. Why don't we go ahead and take a quick commercial break? Can we do that, Nick?
Yeah.
And then we'll be right back with more of this disaster in progress.
Hello, I'm Tom Corliss, the most famous man in the Disney online community. But you know, it wasn't always this way. For 9 years, WDWNT.com posted photo reports and videos of the highest quality. But it seemed that no one outside of a very dedicated group of fans were able to find our work. But then, I discovered the secrets of blogging. And now, WDWNT is read by millions of people each and every month. I'm ready to share my secrets with you in my incredible new class, Tom Corliss's Unofficial Guide to Blogging, this weekend at the Orlando International Airport Marriott. In this fantastic course, you'll learn amazing things to improve your clicks and page views, such as when to use the word breaking in all caps, how to misguide readers in your titles in order to get more clicks, how to come across vaguely racist in movie reviews, how to turn a number into a catchphrase and huge merchandise sales, how to steal stories from California randos off of Twitter, and how to piss off that one really scary guy on WDW Magic who may have women trapped in his basement. So come on down to the Orlando International Airport Marriott this weekend and take my course for only $77.77 per person. In no time, you'll be the new king of clickbait, the grand poobah of page views, and the sultan of ad sales. And don't worry about your readers. They'll never even realize you're dumbing down your content. See you real soon, suckers! Nearly everyone loves Italian food. But those people who love true, authentic Italian go to Tony's Town Square Cafe. It's because owner and chef Tony Ragu offers home-cooked food from his hometown, Toledo, Ohio. He is 1/8 Italian. Locally sourced items are combined with prepackaged Acne Winn-Dixie, along with mangled recipes from nearly unreadable Buitoni labels. Whether it's quote-unquote pizza or that soup of the day which just hasn't changed in 14 years, taste for yourself at Tony's Town Square, just steps away from that hat store that sells pins. Come taste what the guide map is calling Italian food, only at Tony. And maybe at Portobello.
Where are the... No, hey, wait a minute. Don't start the music. Roll call's not over. Where's the family superhero? They're in front.
Oh, you're making me very sad. I miss Block Party Bash very much. Anyway, welcome back to WDW News Tonight. We are live, not on the radio. We're just live on YouTube and on WDWNT, the app, and at listen.wdwnt.com. Here's the mug of the week. Here we go. I was able to bust out one of the breakables since I'm home. Always fun. So yeah. Why don't we do we have psychotic comments? Do we have that?
Yeah, I do.
So why don't we do that? Why don't we take a trip to the wonderful world of psychotic comments? Not brought to you by Wigs this week.
Aw, all right. Do you hear me okay with the music playing underneath?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, just making sure. All right, we have the new Polynesian Village Resort art coming next month article. Banished Polynesian Waterfall wrote in, I hope Stitch is pooping on that lobby wrecking tiki.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
Nick, usually when we pick these out, we try to find ones that are, like funny.
I thought it was like, okay.
Or good.
Menu. All right, I'll skip that one.
Sorry, you have 3 strikes before you're terminated. So go ahead. You have 2 more.
That was a ghost.
You found a big piece of candy corn. I'm dead.
Another Splash Mountain refurbishment set for 2018. Nicholas Cicero writes in, if they drain all the water, maybe I can look for my glasses.
Oh, boy.
Select American Adventure 50 state phone cases now available. The New Jersey Devils only fan wrote in. The New Jersey one is really cool. I'm sure it'll be a big seller once people from New Jersey figure out how to use smartphones.
I love that I put New Jersey jokes in every one of those articles and people took it so seriously. As if jokes about New Jersey are a thing that's never been done anywhere before.
The Armpit of America replied, it is always exciting to avoid the toxic waste spills everywhere on the ground when you walk through New Jersey.
Wow.
Pixar Fest begins April 13th. Tom Paradiseless wrote in, when will Pixar Pier open? I had to use that one just because of his name. Comment. Yeah. Not good. Flights of Wonder at Disney's Animal Kingdom to end later this year. John wrote in, new rumor, D23 is going to have an event dinner and a select few can eat the retired birds.
Oh, my.
Joe Rody wrote in, get ready for my version, Flights of Wonder 2, Banshee Boogaloo.
Now available online.
Bob chimed in, I hope they add Iago and Zazu and rebrand it as Flights of Wonder under new management. That would be refreshing. 3 new Italian eateries announced for Disney Springs. Olive Garden commented, I wonder if they will have free breadsticks and endless pasta bowls for a meal.
Jeez.
Pour
one out for Sandra Petticini.
Tower of Terror becomes Hollywood Toy Hotel for Sunset Season's greetings at Hollywood Studios. The Collector wrote in, nah, it would look better with pipes.
I think we made that joke last week.
Well, maybe.
Now they're recycling our material into the chat. You jerks. What are you, DSNY newscast? Jeez.
Pixar Place replied, confirmed that the area is going to be rethemed and added to Toy Story Land. Check into the toy hotel because you're the size of a toy. There you go.
And then eat at Woody's lunchbox. Cheese.
Classic House of Magic facade returns to Main Street, USA. Mike H. wrote in, would they really put up and take down the entire facade just to sell a t-shirt? Anonymous replied, yes, Mike, the entire reason they changed the facade is for the shirt. I hear they're also building an entire Star Wars land just so they can sell my family went to the Galaxy's Edge and all I got was this lousy t-shirt shirt. Anonymous then replied to Anonymous, that's the entire reason they were building an entire Star Wars land, for a lousy t-shirt. I also hear they're removing an entire centerpiece attraction so they can promote a 5-minute animated series on the Disney Channel. And then Anonymous replied, actually, no. They removed the entire centerpiece attraction because there's a Polaroid of young Peter Quill watching the new Mickey Mouse cartoons on the Disney Channel.
Did you see the Polaroid someone made today?
I saw it.
Of the girl from Inside Out with the Maliboomer? So good. I retweeted it. So good.
Wow. One last one here. This is about us.
Oh, geez.
Tonight on WDW News Tonight, the map game, and all kinds of other stuff. Insider One wrote in, WDWNT, Thursday night, still better than Thursday Night Football. Thor Rangarklis.
Ragnarokless? I can't even speak and I still said it better. Thor Ragnarokless.
Yeah, he wrote in, who needs the god of thunder when you could have the god of clickbaits?
Oh, God.
Church of Dice replied, I think
Church of Dice?
Yes, Church of Dice.
This tree of dice thing is getting out of control.
And that's your psychotic comments.
Wow. They were extra psychotic. Brought to you not by wigs.
Yeah. Interglobe Society.
Anyway.
Go to WDWNT.com. Click
Patreon. Do that.
Join.
We have a post show tonight where we just yell about whatever for a half hour. It's really great. We have a couple extra minutes here because we don't have a bunch of ads for roofing companies and
Porky's.
Porky's Barbecue and whatever new
Gold by Gold.
Yeah. So I want to talk about this. Jason, can we throw up the PIXAR Pier art again? Do we have that handy?
Yeah. Let me find it.
I want to talk about this for a moment because we're still obviously digesting this today. It just came out a couple hours ago. And yes, obviously Thor Ragnarok came out. I'm very sad. Originally, I was supposed to go see it tonight, but then I was very sick yesterday, and so we canceled the show. And so, of course, my first priority is making sure we do this show. So obviously I canceled my movie plan. But I'll have to go sometime this week. And Nick, you gonna go see it?
Definitely.
Okay. Maybe we should go together.
Let's do it.
We should do that. We should pretend we're friends. We should pretend we're friends outside of the show. It's good for the brand.
It's not me, it's you.
Oh, that's such a lame mug.
Sorry.
It's so boring and plain and available contemporarily. Anyway, here's the art.
Yeah.
This is obviously, so when they made the announcement last year, it was very vague and it was in the middle of 400 other announcements. And so it was like Mickey Ride and Guardians of the Galaxy and this and that. And then like for all of 3.5 seconds, they flashed some art on screen and John Lasseter announced it, but then it was very quickly over. So we didn't really know. We had just seen like that one part down by where the shops are, where the T-shirt store is, which is going away, which has the confectionery, which is Inside Out themed. It has Bing Bong and all the other stuff. There's like a theater going in there, so they can preview Pixar movies and stuff. Although I think they might even put the Pixar Short Film Festival in there permanently at some point. But now we see the sort of overall plan. I think this is fairly ridiculous. I don't understand what this, like, even sitting in Bob Chapek's, putting myself in Bob Chapek's shoes, I don't understand what this does for me. Like, I can, as much as I don't agree with it, I can rationalize Great Movie Ride. I can understand these are franchises you do not own and you want to do something with Mickey Mouse. And I can understand that. I don't really necessarily understand this. Like, I can understand retheming California Screamin'. I can completely. What I don't really understand is the Victorian era theming going away, because I think that could have coexisted. Like, you could have still had Victoria era theming in a Pier with Pixar characters, but instead you're just making a hodgepodge here.
Well, let's put it this way: if they decided one day to build a Pixar land at DCA, it probably would not look like this, right? I mean, that's,
well, you can't build a Pixar land. Pixar isn't a theme; it's a company.
Well, wait, they're doing it at studios.
It's Toy Story Land.
Well, so is that how they?
One movie.
I mean, you can build a Pixar land. I mean, just like you could build a Tomorrowland and a Fantasyland and have different.
I don't know.
But I mean, isn't that what this is?
Well, that's what this is, but it's not cohesive.
Yeah, but it's because you already have this. You already have this thing that was semi-incoherent before.
Right. Well, I guess that's what I'm saying. So what I'm kind of getting at here is you wouldn't go build this if you were trying to build. If you did want to build a Pixar area.
No, this is cost effective.
Right. So,
but even if this is cost effective, is this the best way to spend this money?
Well, you're basically trading one sort of, mediocre hodgepodge of a theme for another one that's based on IP.
But using properties that people want to explore. Like, that's the only positive here. That it's not.
But this isn't immersive.
No.
This doesn't immerse you in any of those worlds. There's no way in which this unthemed roller coaster immerses me in the world of The Incredibles.
That's why these are neighborhoods, because you're at their house, not in their world.
Nah, this is silly and stupid. And I think if you want to really invest in IPs, like, take all this money you are spending on all of this and build one Incredibles ride.
Yeah, I'm not saying like I like this, but if you want to give people Pixar, this was a way of doing it.
But
it's cheap.
Pixar doesn't actually make sense. That's not like a logical goal. This isn't going to make you money.
Well, the problem is that people want Pixar, but they don't want Pixar cheap junk. They want Pixar immersive.
Yeah, like when people say like, "Oh, I'd love it if they did a WALL-E ride or they did an Up ride or they did an Incredibles ride." This is certainly not what they had in mind.
Right.
This is not what those people were saying, Bob.
Are those tunnels supposed to have like some kind of show scenes? Projection?
I think the tunnel at the end. So if you look all the way to the left on Screamin' or Incredicoaster, towards the back there is clearly a new red tunnel
down here.
Yeah, down in that area. So we'll
but
see.
These tunnels are also now enclosed, so
right?
So they might
contain show scenes as well.
So actually, the very first version of the pier they were going to do, there were several concepts that all did that. So at one point, I think they said it was Villains, and then it was Toy Story. And they all had that, and then none of that happened.
I do kind of like the look of the queue building for the coaster. Like
it doesn't fit.
It's
no.
boring.
I know.
On its own, it looks better than what's there now. Absolutely. Yeah. I just don't understand. But even like sacrificing Cove Bar, which makes them a lot of money. For this, still, to me,
and Cove Bar's not even like in the thick of this. It's it could stand as its own
They could
thing.
have started after Cove Bar.
Yeah, exactly. I don't closing Cove Bar to theme it to, and notice they're closing Cove Bar and Ariel's Grotto, but they haven't announced what neighborhood that's going to be.
Yeah.
Nobody even knows what that is.
I'm sure it'll just be a mash of Pixar characters.
Probably. I'd also
which Ariel's Grotto isn't great. So if that got rethemed, like even if they just put like a bunch of like a Pixar version of Animator's Palette in there or something, like that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, that'll be a Pixar character meal instead of Ariel, is what I'm guessing, which will make a lot of money. Yeah,
sure.
So I'm asking this in all seriousness. Do we know the story? Are we going into their world, or are we going into a Pixar themed amusement area?
I don't think it's either of those.
The storyline isn't that well fleshed out.
Yeah.
Seeing as the Parks blog thing doesn't give you any story points, I don't think there's actually a story.
Yeah, now I'm going to jump in here at this point.
David Smith joining us, by the way.
Sorry, guys. I think that's exactly the primary issue or problem with this, is that there is no through story that's motivating this entire renovation. It's just a simple, let's put Pixar here and then figure out the story later. And as we've seen so many times, that never works.
Nope.
I'd also like to point out, silly.
In case anyone didn't notice, Pixar Pier is now apparently sponsored by Pepsi. With the little Pepsi
logo. Looks like a Luxo ball.
Oh, I thought it was the Pepsi logo. I'm sorry.
Oh, it does. Yeah, from far away, it does look like the Pepsi logo.
It looks a lot like the Pepsi logo.
Jeez.
And then we also have this that you mentioned earlier.
Oh, you pulled it out. Yeah, that's amazing. I love that.
Wow.
Riley at the Maliboomer. And then, like, excuse me, pretty certain that the Up attraction is Flicks Flyers. It looks a lot like it. So they're literally going to, of all the things to move out of A Bug's Land, should that close, Flicks Flyers is the thing that's going to go. And of all the things you could do with Inside Out, this is what you're going to do with it.
Yep.
Such a poor use of those properties. If you think about everything you could do with Up, just all the possibilities, and you're going to put in a 2-cent carnival ride.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is almost like going back to California Adventure used to be. It's a bunch of garbage with, poor overlays and no cohesive theme.
It's just a shame because they spent so much money and time to
on the rest of the park.
This area specifically. Like, think about this. WDWNT existed in the time that they were rolling through here and fixing this. We have been around in the time that they went through here and ripped this apart and fixed it. And now, less than 10 years later, they're going back through to do this? What sense does that make? Like, I don't understand why there's got to be something that deserves this attention and money right now more than this. I really do not understand it at all. I mean, usually we can at least think like, oh, I think they're probably thinking this. They're probably thinking there's no rational thought other than this. It's probably, again, this mandate that anything not connected to an IP has to be connected. And Screamin' is really the reasoning behind all of this.
Well, and so that's fine, even if they wanted to change Screamin' to the Incredicoaster.
It could have still been like 1930s Pier themed loosely.
No, yeah. but they could change that and leave the rest of it alone. Yeah. I mean, King Triton's Carousel is themed to an IP. Toy Story Mania obviously is themed to an IP.
You don't have to paint it blue, yeah.
Mickey's Fun Wheel is themed to Mickey, which is the whole reason they got rid of the Great Movie Ride, so that was fine. And Ariel's Grotto is themed to Ariel. So the only thing that was lacking was California Screamin'. So they could have done that and been, called it quits.
Yeah. It's just silly. Anyway, we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back with hour 2 of WDW News Tonight.
Pandora! Move it! Come on, Pandora!
The
Pandora. 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 Pandora, Dora, Dora, the Explorer. Dora! And Hanven, the Shoulder Banshee.
Need your help. Hurry on.
Let's go. Jump in. You can lead the way. Hey, hey, hey. Pandora, 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 Pandora. Bloggers, no blogging. Bloggers, no blogging. Oh, my God, they call me Pandora, the Explorer.
Come on. Let's go find the home tree. But first, we need to get a purple bedsheet. Can you pick the purple bedsheet? Is this one purple? What about this one? Silson. Good. Let's go. Makoko. Come on, Makoko. Everybody, let's go. Come on, let's get to it. I know that we can do it. Where are we going? Flight of passage. Where are we going? Flight of passage. Why is Avatar in the name Flight of Passage? It's weird.
Join Pandora and Han Ven as they search for the home tree. But can they get there before the bloggers reveal all of their secrets?
First, explorers, we need to check the app. I'm the app. I'm the app. I'm the app. Why? The app isn't working, so we'll have to hope that standby isn't too long.
6 hours later.
Finally, Harvard, we made it to the home tree and the flight of passage. Oh no, Harvard, video recorders. What do we have to do to keep the recorders away? Recorders no recording. Recorders no recording. Recorders no recording.
Oh man!
Tickatu Wong K Naomi Cat. Good job, explorers. We scared away the evil recorders. Squang!
Don't miss a brand new episode of Pandora the Explorer this Saturday at 9 a.m. on WDW TV.
Svang means moron in Navi. And yes, someone actually sat down to write all this.
The best part is Jason laughing. For the question.
I kept quiet the whole time.
That is probably the dumbest one we've ever done. That one, it's pretty stupid.
Oh, it's great.
Anyway, welcome back to WDW News Tonight, Hour 2. Let's talk about what's coming up next week on the show. Yeah, we're going to keep doing these, I guess, because they go well every week.
Doesn't season 2 end soon? Please?
We got a couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
It's not even. I don't think they're even seasons. Anyway, next week we got the math game, and we're going to do restaurant rankings for Epcot next week. Very exciting. But also, programming note, on November 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern, we're doing Back to the Future live again. And it's that long-delayed Universe of Energy one. Woo. Hooray! Nick, this is the part where Nick doesn't remember that we're doing it. He's like,
what are we doing?
November 6th, we're still doing Back to the Future.
November 6th?
Correct.
Day. A second.
It's a Monday.
Oh, this coming Monday. All right, cool.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be there.
That's great. Good. So yeah, November 6th at 9 p.m. we have Back to the Future live on the Universe Energy. Next week on the show, obviously we're doing this show on Wednesday, back to the radio studio next week. And then I'm going to remind everybody again that coming up, starting 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday, November 24th, and lasting through 10 p.m. on Sunday, November 26th, it is WDWNT, the Toys for Tots Charity Marathon. I have more details on that for you in the coming weeks. But we're getting close to that.
Block your calendars.
Block all 50 hours for a psychotic weekend. Lots of fun. But anyway, Nick, who brings us WDW News tonight?
I believe it is our travel vacation planner, right?
Yes, that would be it.
All right, just making sure. There's times when
Just read the parts that say Michelle.
Good job. There are times when planning a Disney vacation can be a bit overwhelming. There are just so many options. Where to stay? Where to go? Is this the best price? How exactly can I get into Flight of Passage or Frozen Ever After without having to wait 120 minutes?
Without your app exploding.
Even if you have been many times before, you know how much time it could take to get things exactly the way you want them. This is where Cindy Miner and the team at Small World Big Fun comes in. Small World Big Fun is an authorized Disney vacation planner, and in the past 10 years, they have helped thousands of families plan Disney vacations to the Disney parks, the cruise line, Alani, and all other Disney destinations. Their job is to make planning a Disney vacation easy for you. They will wade through all the options to help you plan the trip that works best for your family. They will make sure you are getting the best price. And the best part, they are a no-fee agency. So when they book your vacation package, you don't owe them a dime. So if you'd like to reach out to the team at Small World Big Fun, just visit smallworldbigfun.com/Disney fans. That's one word, Disney fans with an S today, and they will be glad to help.
Thank you, Small World Big Fun. All right. So when we come back, we are going to be ranking all of the table service and counter service restaurants at the Magic Kingdom. Oh, boy. We'll be right back.
Dating as a single Disney fan can be tough. No one wants to eat at Be Our Guest alone. And who wants to always ride single rider? That's why we here at WDWNT made a brand new dating app just for Disney fans. It's called Fast X Plus. We've had top scientists work on our algorithm. Their recipe for a perfect match is simple. If it moves and it's near you in a Disney theme park, it will show up on your feed. Rest assured that Fast X Plus is working hard to pair you with your mutual attractions. Get it? Attractions. All you need to do is swipe left and right. It's so easy, even Tom Corliss is a frequent user.
Frozen shirt, left. She's wearing a Harry Potter robe. Ooh, Horizon's hat. All right, that's a right. Favorite attraction is flying carpets. Left. She likes Everest in its current state. Ugh, left. I didn't know you could do that with a churro. Right indeed.
Once you've met your match, you simply rate the attraction in terms of A, B, C, D, or marriage material, E-ticket, based on such factors as thrill, fun for the whole family, and of course, re-rideability. Ladies, don't settle for any La Fools while looking for your Gaston. Download Fast X Plus today.
Seriously? Your profile picture has a shirt with a turkey leg stain on it? Left. Bald, 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 fat, bald, fat, and bald. Oh, he's at the Frozen sing-along right now. For the first time in forever, I'm swiping right.
Fast X Plus moves you to the front of the queue of the Disney dating field. Make your rainbow connection today, because everyone is someone's e-ticket.
Welcome back to WDW News Tonight. We're reliving all the mistakes we've made. I can't believe we've done 67 of those. I was looking at the graphic. During the break, 67 of these. It doesn't feel like it's been that long.
2 years. Almost 2 full years.
Yeah, when did we start this show?
March
January,
of 2016.
No, it was earlier than that.
It might have been earlier.
I was like February.
Okay.
It's coming up on 2 years, though. Anyway. Being November, we have Thanksgiving coming up, and obviously the rest of the world is forgetting Thanksgiving. But we figure there's a good month to talk about food and mass consumption of food and talk about food at Disney World. Now, obviously, earlier this year, we did March Madness, and March Madness was all about letting people vote, and it was a tournament all about table service restaurants. But what we wanted to do was actually sit here with the illustrious panel and try to rank the restaurants at each park in Disney Springs and rank them in order. See if we could all come to agreement on an order.
Look at that.
We have to figure this out before the show's over. We all have to to come to an agreement on this ranking. So we're gonna try and make this happen. Michael, do we have some sort of system in place to do this? Oh, geez.
Are we doing them separately, like table service and then counter service?
Yes. No, they're not going to be together. That doesn't make any sense.
Cool. All right.
Michael, it might have been good to enter the items first, but we can do that.
Well, as we talk about them, we'll add them.
Oh, all right.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that. Sure, why not? So joining us, we got David Smith. Jill Diffendahl is joining us as well. Jason. It's Jason.
Hey, howdy, hey.
Who's usually in the chat berating him, but now is in the segment.
She's not berating me.
Typically, it's directed towards you. In most cases.
That's why I don't look at the chat.
Anyway.
What is Nick doing? Is he reading a comic book?
No, I'm going to use my Pirates notepad to jot down my observations and lists.
Good grief.
I just can't believe we have more Diffendals on this show than Smiths now.
Oh, yeah.
How about that? First time for everything.
All the Diffendals.
Wow. But we have more Smiths total.
Well, we do, but Scott's not related to them. As we've had to clarify many people used to think it was their son. That was always my favorite.
Yes.
Like, I love that you have that couple and their son.
And their son.
And their son.
Oh, it's so good. I was crying. Excuse me. I'm also dying. All right. Let's start with table service. I feel like we're going to agree probably more easily on table service. So table service would include my personal favorite. We have the Jungle Navigation Company Limited Skipper Canteen. Let's watch Michael try to write this one out.
Oh, already spelling problems.
Or just Skipper Canteen. All right, that's easy enough. There you go. We have Be Our Guest Restaurant. Remember when that was relevant, everybody? Cinderella's Royal Table. Not that any of you will ever get a reservation for that one, right?
Hey, that's why you need Small World Big Fun.
There you go. The Diamond Horseshoe.
Oh, gosh.
Yeehaw!
Does that really count?
Maybe I want some Baby Bell cheese now.
Do we have to put Tony's on there to have something?
Oh,
at
we're
the bottom of the
getting
list?
there. We're getting there. Liberty Tree Tavern in Liberty Square. It's another one. The Crystal Palace on Main Street.
Ugh.
This park, per capita, this park has more terrible table service
than any park in the world.
It's true. Hollywood Studios literally only has one bad restaurant and more restaurants that I think are good than Magic Kingdom, despite having half the number of sit-down restaurants. Plaza Restaurant. And then, of course, we have everybody's favorite. Nick, they were yelling, why didn't you hold the ad until the last commercial break? Tony's Town Square. So there we go. We have eight restaurants here, 8 table service restaurants. We're going to try to come to some sort of agreement on an order here.
Some sort of.
Can I start the conversation?
Please.
I know we all hate Tony's. I would really like to put Diamond Horseshoe at the bottom.
I'm
Same.
okay with that.
I'm with you.
I can live with that.
To those unfamiliar, Diamond Horseshoe came back in recent years as an all-you-can-eat thing, kind of like Liberty Tree, only inedible. There was like a nondescript beef in a sauce that's really quite bad. So we're all okay with Diamond Horseshoe at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do we want to look at the menu of what's there?
We certainly can.
Just for fun. And then you can tell us.
Cornbread's the only good thing.
You can. I'm going to read through the menu, and then you can tell us what exactly you ate and whether it resembled any of these things. So I've got barbecue pulled pork. I've got smoked sausage.
The sausage was okay.
It was okay. Was it edible?
Yeah, but not like yum. We're like, okay.
There's cowboy beans.
I don't eat beans.
A lot of this so far sort of reminds me of Trail's End.
Yeah, but none of it's good.
Baked macaroni
and
cheese.
Trail's End, and I like even Whispering Canyon, which I think is more akin to this.
Baked macaroni and cheese.
So they switched to the pulled pork. We went back for the pulled pork. It was almost as bad as the beef, which was originally there. Well, no, the braised beef is still there.
Still there.
What did they change? It was something else before. Regardless, the beef isn't good. The pulled pork was okay.
And carved turkey breast.
Yeah, and the brownie, the dessert brownie is pretty forgettable.
Okay.
But anyway, go back to the list. We don't have time to do that. We're gonna be here all night. The salad was, I think, the best part, actually. Do you guys all want Tony's like towards the bottom there?
I mean,
I'd put it there.
Tony's or Crystal Palace?
I want Crystal Palace down there, but I don't know if I'm going to get that one.
I mean, although you said Crystal Palace has gotten better.
Yeah, other people I know who have gone. Josh told me he had a pleasant experience.
But is it good enough to outrank Tony's?
Oh.
In my opinion, no. I think Tony's deserves to be under that just because they screw up such a great location.
All right, I'll go with that. We could put Tony's at the bottom there.
Okay. I'm okay
That's
with
fine.
that. I mean, it doesn't.
Then we're putting Crystal Palace there?
These are like the bottom three. No one's eating there no matter what order they're in.
Well, people still go to them. It's Magic Kingdom. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I say we put Royal Table just above Crystal Palace. It's so hit or miss. And considering the time investment.
And the money.
And the expense, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like, and I've had good meals there, but there's so many people I've talked to where they're just like, no, it wasn't worth it. Other than the location, it really wasn't great.
It's not worth it, no.
Well, that's what I mean. Is it worth it because of the experience? Doesn't that give it a few more spaces?
I think we already gave it those spaces above the other three at the bottom. Because I would, if we were going by food alone, I would probably go either above or below Tony's there on Royal Table. The location only gets it so much higher.
The location gets it like +2.
People in the chat are yelling at us that Crystal Palace is great.
Wow.
Atmosphere is better. I prefer the Tony's atmosphere to the castle. I agree. Somebody in the chat said that. I love the atmosphere in Tony's, and in most cases, that's why I end up eating there, which is sad, but it happens.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing that I'm thinking is Liberty Tree Tavern. I mean, Liberty Tree Tavern's, you know, sort of, it used to be good, and then they got rid of the characters, and then they changed the food, and it's like, I don't know what that is anymore.
I still like it.
I really enjoy
it. They
it.
brought back the pot roast.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess if...
See, these top four... Plaza, I think, is fine where it is since the fry change. I think the fry change seriously hurt them that much where I'd leave them there.
I have Liberty Tree at like 3 or 4.
I mean, I'm fine with Liberty Tree and Plaza in that order. Either, whatever, that's fine.
Okay.
So what are we down
and
to?
we're going lunch and dinner because Liberty Tree, I pick lunch, but dinner's good too, even though it's for those unaware, Liberty Tree dinner is the fixed feast. But for lunch, they offer that feast in a lunch version. But then they also have a la carte menu items, yeah, which we've written a crazy review about.
I mean, I must be hitting Liberty Tree at the wrong time or the wrong days because I've never had a really good meal there.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, David. I tend to agree, but you might hit it on the wrong days no matter what day you go.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying Liberty Tree lunch is good. I miss the characters at Liberty Tree. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna. What are we do? Are we leaving Plaza there, and then Liberty Tree?
Yeah, I guess. If we're going on food, like if we're weighing food in more, are we weighing? Can we weigh in atmosphere, or you don't want us to? Are we going food?
I don't know.
No, but honestly,
I think it has to be total experience.
It does have to be total.
Well, but in my opinion, Liberty Tree and Plaza are not significantly different in terms of quality of atmosphere, at least in my mind.
My thing is, like, we have Be Our Guest still hanging out there, and I would actually knock that down to 3 or 4, and have Liberty Tree and Plaza both above them food wise.
I think you got to put Be Our Guest above those two just for atmosphere.
Well, true. I
think you can have a really nice meal there. I'm thinking about number 1, the potato leek soup. And just even there's still a couple of entrees I think are real solid. I don't know. Personally, I'd probably I think I'd agree. Like, I'd want to move Be Our Guest under Liberty Tree personally.
Yeah.
But Liberty Tree's interior just isn't as cool as Pier.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, the other thing, too, that's weird is, you're comparing Liberty Tree Tavern lunch to Be Our Guest dinner. That's kind of...
Well, because it's counter service, which will be in our next.
Well, discussion. I know, but it's kind of a not necessarily straight comparison. But I'm okay with it the way it is there. I'm also okay with it if we want to put Liberty Tree below Plaza, but I would leave Be Our Guest above both of those.
We're already getting yelled at for Be Our Guest. Although one person said BOG is trash, another person said no, it's amazing.
Yeah, well,
we talk about dinners only, somebody said. I don't know about that. I don't know. We're doing table service. If they have a table service meal, that's where we're going. Yeah.
So are we saying Skipper Canteen is the number one? We're just kind of arguing about.
Oh, we didn't get up there yet. I'm going Skipper Canteen number one. Let's see if anyone wants to argue with me.
I am as well.
Yeah, there's no reason to put anything else above Skipper Canteen in my book.
Same.
I think that's part of the issue with this conversation is everything else is pretty mediocre, and it's just a matter of which is more or less mediocre.
Yeah. There is a lot of middle of the road. Yeah, I almost really want to put Liberty Tree above Be Our Guest. Food-wise, I absolutely think I would.
Yeah.
But the atmosphere's too good at Be Our Guest. But then the other side of that argument is you could just go for lunch or breakfast and not deal with all that table service, having to get that reservation. And
yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that I prefer to go to Be Our Guest for lunch. I don't like to deal with the whole dinner situation. So
I don't like to deal with the lunch situation.
Yeah, no,
I mean, the lunch is as big of a disaster.
They're all kind of a nightmare.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd almost rather go with dinner because you make the reservation. You're there, you're good to go. You don't have to wait in line to order food and stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like waiting in line to order food at Be Our Guest at lunch could be, I mean, that was like maddening when I did that. It's just how long you had to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with didn't we have priority seating for lunch, Jay?
We did, but we still had to wait in line to order.
Forever. Yeah. And then you get inside and it's such chaos and there's just people running around everywhere that really detracts from the atmosphere, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the other problem is I think, you have that experience and you probably want to eat in the room you want to eat in.
And then most of the time you can't.
Yeah. And that's the other problem is I think everybody wants to eat in the ballroom or the West Wing, and then the West Wing is a pain because it's small.
Yeah.
I always just end up eating in the Rose Gallery. I prefer that room. I like that room the best of the three anyway. But
I think that's like the calmest room.
That's why I like it. It feels like a Magic Kingdom table service restaurant room.
The ballroom is neat, but it's just so chaotic with people running back and forth. And of course, the West Wing is neat, but it's hard to get in there.
Yeah, I like the Rose Gallery the best. So is this the order? Are we all right with this?
I'm good with it.
I'm fine with it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I can live with this. I mean, I have a soft spot for Plaza Restaurant. First restaurant I ate at on property. It feels like the forgotten restaurant in Magic Kingdom. Yeah. So it's usually pretty quiet. You can usually get in there fairly easily. Overall, I can live with this list.
That menu change just hurt so much.
It doesn't have a great menu anymore.
Those knockoff garbage Figaro fries. Then the fry change overall, and then they got rid of a couple of real mainstays.
Right.
That just hurt. Because I think I'd have Plaza at number 2.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I would put Plaza above Liberty Tree, except for the fact that it's gone so downhill.
Yeah, that's why our review says effectively ruins Plaza Restaurant. I'll never forget titling that one because it's how I felt. I was so angry writing that review, how they had basically ruined the restaurant.
Yep.
And that was the thing is still every time I go back, they still most of the time I put in the order and they'll say fries. They're like, they're not the fries we used to have. I'm like, yeah, no, I know. But anyway, so we're going with Skipper Canteen Number 1. Number 2, Be Our Guest. Number 3, Liberty Tree Tavern. Excuse me. Number 4, Plaza Restaurant. Number 5, Cinderella's Royal Table. Number 6, the Crystal Palace. Number 7.
7?
Yeah, 7. Tony's Town Square. It's not last. Hooray. And number 8, the Diamond Horseshoe, which is still, I think, the worst table service meal I've ever had in my life. Any theme park. Includes all theme park. All right.
Fun Spot?
Yeah.
Can I have table service at Fun Spot?
I think even including most counter service meals I've ever had, it was like we felt ill after.
I wish I would have gone there this past trip just to see how bad it is.
We went back because they slightly altered one of the items just to see if it was still horrendous, and it was. Yeah, it was bad. All right, we're going to do counter service.
Let's just do it.
You ready? Michael, you going to clear that? Oh, okay. You just throw it back to me. While Michael prepares that list. Nick, why don't we take a quick commercial break? Can we do that?
Yeah.
While we prepare. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back.
Everyone loves Italian food, but those people who love true, authentic Italian go to Tony's Town Square Cafe. It's because owner and chef Tony Ragu offers home-cooked food from his hometown, Toledo, Ohio. He is 1/8 Italian. Locally sourced Cask Connection freezer items are combined with prepackaged ingredients imported only from the OBT Winn-Dixie, along with mangled recipes from nearly unreadable Buitoni labels. Whether it's quote-unquote pizza or that soup of the day which just hasn't changed in 14 years, taste for yourself at Tony's Town Square, just steps away from that hat store that sells pins. Come taste what the guide map is calling Italian food, only at Tony. And maybe at Portobello.
There you go. Everybody wanted that ad. They got it. So there. Okay, here we go. So now we're going to talk about the counter service at the park. Oh boy, if you thought there was a lot of garbage in the table service category, we're going to have a whole lot of fun with this. Okay, so here
side is that you pay less for this garbage.
Well, you pay more physically. Yeah, let's start with the best. Tortuga Tavern. And by the way, we did have some there was some, you had to meet some criteria to make this list. You had to be a location that served the hot menu items that weren't snacks. So you have to have like a real menu. So we weren't including like carts and popcorn and all that.
Cheshire cattails.
No,
unfortunate because those things are probably some of the better things to eat in all.
Oh, absolutely. We could do a snack thing sometime, but this is about like having a meal. We wanted it to be a place you could actually have what would be considered a meal, and so that was the criteria you had to meet. So Tortuga Tavern, oh boy, Pinocchio Village Haas. Another great one. Love that. See if Michael knows how to spell Pinocchio.
I was going to say, see if he knows how to spell Haas.
Oh, let's see. Oh, he's looking it up. Oh, that's it. Haas is easy. People never know how to spell Pinocchio. Nope. Oh, there you go. You got it.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Disney
doesn't even use that.
Nope.
Friar's Nook.
Oh, boy.
Friar's Nook. We got Pecos Bills, Tall Tale Inn and Cafe.
You better write the whole thing there.
You can just write Pecos Bills. We'll live. Columbia Harbor House.
Oh, he spelled harbor.
You spelled harbor wrong. You are. Yeah, there you go.
Harbor.
Our
Didn't know we were going Old English.
Our basic HTML list has more story to it than PIXAR Pier.
It's Bootstrap.
We put that U. We went out of our way to put the U in Harbor House. Sleepy Hollow Refreshments, which you can have a meal there. I think that's a fair one.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
Many people do make a meal there. Casey's Corner.
I would say Friar's Nook and Sleepy Hollow are about on par. So if you got one, you got the other.
Well, you have to have a meal there, and the mac and cheese dishes at Friar's Nook are definitely a meal. They're very heavy. It's definitely a meal place. They have tables. They have an abundance of tables.
Well, Sleepy Hollow has tables too.
Well, that's why they're both here.
Okay. So you have to have tables.
That's a big part of it, I think, but that also tells you, like, hey, this place has, like, food you're going to sit down and eat.
Sit down and eat, right.
Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe.
Yep, they have tables.
Shut up. Now they have outside tables.
Yeah, outdoor tables. So you can eat in the sweltering hot sun of the summertime in Orlando.
I don't know. If you're going to eat at Cosmic Rays and not see Sunny Eclipse, you're doing it wrong. The Lunching Pad wants a hot dog. And the seasonal but lovely Tomorrowland Terrace. And yes, even though it's seasonal, we're including it.
Now, are you including Be Our Guest?
Yep, and Be Our Guest. Almost forgot. I did have it on this list here, but I forgot to read it. There you go, Be Our Guest. All right, so obviously this is going to take longer because there's a lot more to discuss here. Do we want to start at the bottom again? Do we want to try to start at the bottom again?
All right, let's do this like kind of have fun. Let's look at the first two items and just put whichever one we think should be above the other.
Okay, that makes sense.
List, right? So, like, is Tortuga Tavern better than Pinocchio Village House? That's all we have to decide.
This is like asking, like, what kind of terminal illness do you want? Like, what kind of internal pain is more preferable as you slowly die? I think I got to go with Village House, and I can't believe it, but turkey legs and hot dogs make for the worst smell on earth. Like, you can't go near Tortuga Tavern.
I don't even know what their menu is these days.
It's turkey legs and hot dogs.
That's it.
That's the menu.
Are they
what?
Are they always open, or are they seasonal still?
Oh, they're open most days now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and for some of these, mobile ordering kind of plays a factor too, at least from an experience perspective.
Yeah, but there's still not being able to get the discounts, I think, still offsets that a bit. There's a lot of annual pass holders.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, Tortuga Tavern used to have a decent menu, but if you're going to eat a hot dog, well, before it was called Tortuga Tavern. If you're going to eat
El Pirata was the worst. Worst.
If you're going to eat a hot dog in the Magic Kingdom and you get it at Tortuga Tavern, you're doing it wrong.
If you're getting a hot dog, you're doing it wrong.
All right, fine. So, yeah, I'm okay with Pinocchio's over Tortuga.
I mean, it's a turkey leg and a hot dog. I mean, even if Village House is nearly inedible, it's got to beat that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's go Tortuga and Friar's Nook.
Well, we're very quickly going to get Tortuga to the bottom of this list.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, we should just move it all the way down.
Is there anything we think, again, this is a bad one to start with, because is there anything we think is not as good as Tortuga Tavern? No.
I guess not.
Tortuga is absolutely the worst.
Okay.
So let's go back to the top, and we can this will work now.
Now it'll work.
Now that Tortuga's out of the way.
All
so
right.
what are we doing? Village House and Friar's Nook.
Friar's Nook.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
Friar's Nook has a hot dog and mac and cheese.
They do, but at least like Disney mac and cheese is fine. Like it's what you can make at home, but it's edible. I'm not sure there's much of anything on the current menu at Village House that I would eat. I'm trying to even think what's on there. It's been a little bit since I've eaten there, but I think I've had everything on the current menu at Village House. Yeah, the chicken parm sandwich is inedible. The chicken parm pasta is inedible. Sausage and pepperoni flatbread, caprese flatbread, no. I mean, the cheese and pepperoni flatbreads are what they are. They're, again, you could probably make something from the freezer section in your supermarket.
Yeah, I think based just on the barbecue chicken mac and cheese, you got to put Friar's Nook above it.
Above it?
Like I think that's a decent meal. I agree.
Okay, then I'm all right with that.
Don't worry, Friar's Nook ain't staying up there.
No.
Just thinking about Village House get me sick. So are we doing Village House and Pecos Bills now?
Pecos Bills, yeah.
I'm going Pecos. Absolutely Pecos.
Yeah.
That menu change is the greatest menu change in the history of theme park counter service dining. It went from being the one restaurant I would refuse to eat at under any circumstance to being the place, like we go to that park and just like on a weekend, no reservations, just be like, well, what are we going to eat? Let's go to Pecos. I love this menu.
It's so good.
So let's move it above Friar's Nook.
I was going to say, let's just compare it to Friar's Nook and bump it up there.
David, how do you feel?
No, I was in agreement. I would absolutely prefer Pecos Bills.
It's so good. I love the fajita dish so much.
Yeah.
And then you get them, it's tacos. Not that that's anything different, but it's like, and there's good variety. The burger is not. The burger was edible. I was surprised.
Yeah, but that's not what to get when you go there.
No, but it's a good menu, and the churro bites are fun. I like Pecos.
You know what we should do with this list, Jason, is do a top half, bottom half sort first.
Okay, we can do that too.
Because like Village House, in my mind, goes in the bottom half of the list almost automatically.
Let's bump it down.
Throw it down.
Yeah, we'll just keep bumping Village House out of the picture.
Yeah, just put it above Tortuga.
I mean, is there anything worse than Village House?
Yeah.
No. I don't think so.
Can't think of anything.
Lunching pad?
No.
No, it's
I like lunching pad.
Do you? What do you eat? What do you get at lunching pad?
Well, that's a good point. I like their snacks more than anything. So
the pretzels.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. That's true.
That's
where we run into trouble. Is they have.
But
no
lunching
food
pad
and-
has a hot dog and pretzels. I mean, that's.
I don't like it.
That
but
stuffed pretzel's real
I
good.
recommend that before I recommended Village House.
Even if you just want to, yeah, but if somebody wants lunch, you're relegating them to having a hot dog with a.
They
real
don't
good
even have
pretzel
the
on
hot
side.
dogs with toppings anymore. They just have
just
it
the
all.
regular hot dog.
Do they
yeah.
not?
No, that's gone.
So I'd almost argue lunching pad should.
And I don't think we could give it credit just for that pretzel, even though I
No.
love that.
No, because that's a snack, and you can get that other
Yeah.
places.
Wow. Yeah.
I'd put it above Tortuga, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with it above because Tortuga's a hot dog too. So,
yeah, but also a turkey leg, and it's a terrible smell.
well, but you got a hot dog and a turkey leg versus a hot dog and a stuffed pretzel.
Take the
That
pretzel.
you're sitting out in the hot sun eating.
You know, I'd still put Village House below lunching pad.
I wouldn't.
No?
No,
Is that going to be our first disagreement?
it might be.
All right, fine. I'll settle with that one. That's fine.
I mean, if nothing else, at least you have variety at Village House.
Yeah, you can. You have a
you
much
can-
bigger variety of
you
things
can-
to make yourself ill.
Pick a terminal illness.
So I'm happy with those bottom three. I don't think anything is going to move the bottom three at this
No,
point.
probably not.
Okay.
Columbia Harbor House. Do we put it above Friar's Nook?
This one's real tough because
would.
there is good stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
And
I like Columbia Harbor House.
yeah, it's grown on me in recent years.
I mean, I'd eat there over the mac and cheese.
There's some real trash there too, though, but there's good stuff. The clam chowder's pretty good for counter service.
Yeah, the clam chowder is good.
I've had the grilled salmon. I like the grilled salmon a lot.
Yeah, and I mean they have like sandwiches. They've got a really big variety.
The
of
Anchors
things.
Away is real good. That's the tuna salad.
Tuna salad
I mean, it's
sandwich,
tuna
yeah.
salad, but it is what it is.
And I mean you've got a lobster roll, which isn't bad.
The shrimp mac and cheese is bad because it's literally their garbage
cheese
counter
with
service
shrimp.
shrimp thrown on mac and cheese.
Yeah, but I like the variety here. I mean I like the
Yeah.
Harbor House. You
Yeah,
can
it's
go
not
in-
going to end up at the top, but it's definitely not ended up at the bottom. you know?
Yeah, no, I think I'd put it above Friar's Nook for sure.
Right, and under Pecos is exactly what I
Yeah,
would have.
I'm all right with that. Yeah. Which one do we want to talk about?
Sleepy Hollow.
This one's tough.
I really like Sleepy Hollow.
There's not a miss on this menu.
No.
Right.
I mean
Right.
the problem is
And they
changed
can
this
all-
menu.
Yeah, but that chicken and waffle sandwich is still unbelievably good.
And yeah, I mean
And the Nutella one is good too.
I mean, I'd personally put it above Bill's, but I don't know if
I wouldn't put it above Bill's though.
I think it has to go right below Bill's. I mean,
I'd put it above. I'm okay with putting it above Columbia Harbor House.
Yeah,
and there's a good variety here. I mean, there's the pretzel dog, there's a corn dog, there's the waffle sandwiches. You get the baked potato. I mean, there's a million different things happening. For breakfast, I love the egg and cheese waffle.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they have breakfast is a bonus in my book.
Mm-hmm.
I would put Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, where we have it right now, I'm good with.
Works.
Yeah. All right. Are we talking about Casey's now?
Casey's, yeah.
Casey's is an abomination. Other than the corn dog nuggets, an abomination.
Yeah, but they've got the special hot dogs.
That's putting lipstick on a pig.
Well,
remember that?
It's
remember
putting toppings on a hot dog, but that's really not much different.
Literally.
So, like ketchup on a hot
dog.
And it's such a nightmare everywhere around there. Like, I don't even like going near Casey's.
That's the problem.
People are yelling Gaston's Tavern. They don't have warm food anymore.
Yeah, you can't include them.
They would have to have the pork shank still.
If they had the pork shank still, I'd be good with that. But
yeah, and I'm not counting that ham and cheese stuff thing that they have at 14 different locations. We're not putting Gaston's on this list.
I mean, the problem is if Casey's has a good hot dog, like good specialty hot dog,
but you are asking them to change the base ingredient of the item. The hot dog itself is part of the problem.
Is it though? It's not.
I don't think they're that great. Remember when we ate the 45th hot dog?
Yeah.
Like that wasn't great.
I didn't think the hot dog was bad.
I don't know. I'm not a big hot dog fan.
I think for a hot dog, it's a pretty decent hot dog. Not that that's what I want to eat when I go to the Magic Kingdom.
Where does everyone want to try and put this, and then I'll yell about it?
I would want to put it above Tomorrowland Terrace.
Well, we haven't really even ranked stuff there, so really the question is below Friar's Nook or in between any of those top ones.
I'd personally put it above Columbia Harbor House, and I know you know, but I know it's not going to end up there. I like the corn dog nuggets that much.
I'd be willing to go above Friar's Nook.
I'm okay with going above Friar's Nook. I would not let it go above Columbia Harbor House.
There's too much variety at Columbia Harbor House.
Yeah.
Like you get something for everybody at Columbia Harbor House. Like even if you don't like seafood, there's still chicken nuggets and other things happening there. David, Jill?
Yeah, Michael, I think where you just moved it is about where I see that ending up.
I mean, I hate going to Casey's Corner because I think the lines are such a nightmare. It's a terrible location. And it's a terrible setup. And the seating
Wait, where
area
did we put it?
terrible.
We didn't put it in the right place.
Yeah, we put it above Friar's Nook.
We just
with Friar's Nook
down there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this makes sense. Now we just moved the middle three up or down.
Well, the Be Our Guest we haven't talked about until that's in there.
And so we haven't talked about any of those three.
Yeah, so how are they up there? Get them below Friar's Nook until we talk about them.
Let's just talk about Cosmic Rays.
All right, fine.
This Cosmic Rays
already a disaster.
It's not. It's good.
Yeah,
right, Cosmic
my only
Rays.
thought on Casey's is just from an experience standpoint, it's a nightmare.
It's a terrible experience.
Yeah.
So
like the worst setup.
Yeah.
I would rather wait in line an hour for Be Our Guest than to wait in line for 20 minutes at Casey's with all of that chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to decide if Cosmic Rays goes below Friar Nook or above Columbia Harbor.
I love Cosmic Ray or Sunny Eclipse. I love Sunny Eclipse so much, but there is nothing redeeming about
the
this
menu. No, there's not.
So I would put Starlight Cafe like below Friar's Nook.
Oh, you would put it that low?
Yeah.
You would go just get mac and cheese at Friar's Nook before you went to before you went to Cosmic Rays.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would. There's nothing good at Cosmic Rays.
There's not. Food-wise, Cosmic Rays is an
It's
abomination.
Trash.
And now that they don't even have 3 different bays, it's such a
Sometimes I
terrible.
eat there just for Sunny Eclipse.
You should just go to Friar's Nook, get the mac and cheese, and then go sit and watch.
Actually, I should tell you what we
That's what I
actually
was going
do.
to say. Take something better in there and eat it. That's what we do.
typically get the Cheshire cat tail, and then I stick my finger in the top of the door that says exit only and pop it open, and then we go in and eat our Cheshire cat tails in there.
That was the worst, is they kind of like police it so badly that it's hard to get in there without like getting dirty looks from the cast members. If you're getting in there with something other than Cosmic Rays food.
Just wait till somebody
Well,
comes
don't go
out.
at peak time. Like, I'll go in the morning. Like, there's no one in there. But I don't go in there at like noon and take up seating in there.
Yeah, I'm absolutely fine. I'm kind of shocked that everybody is okay with putting it below Friar's Nook, but I'm certainly okay.
If they had like one good menu item, I think we could salvage it.
Yeah.
But they don't. Does anyone disagree with this placement?
No,
I mean, I wish I could, but I can't really.
Definitely the redeeming factor, but
I feel like Nick is very upset.
Well, no, I'm upset because but I also think that if you're talking about a family going to the Magic Kingdom, wouldn't you send them there possibly over Friday?
No, why would I make your kids eat trash?
I'd send them to Columbia Harbor House
There are
or
plenty
Pecos
of
Bills.
good kids meals at other locations.
If there's any family, I would send them to Pecos Bills if they like Mexican, or else I'd send them to Columbia Harbor House.
And at Harbor House, the kids can still get chicken nuggets.
Yeah. So there's no way I would send anybody to Cosmic Rays.
So that's the problem, is the kids can still get the same food elsewhere. Then why can't you eat something more edible? That's really the problem. And
it's not even inedible, interesting stuff. Like it's burgers and chicken nuggets and boring.
And the falafel burger, which is, I'm pretty sure, where Sunny Eclipse got Uranus's green from.
So, I mean, on a certain level, though, aren't they successful because they just ordered they just have this plain menu that appeals?
Well, yeah, no, it's by design, because it's literally the most high frequency restaurant on earth.
Right.
They serve more meals per day at Cosmic Rays than any other restaurant on earth. Fun fact. How crazy is that?
And so it can't possibly be good.
Well, I don't think that's true. I think they could do better.
Well, they could do
All right,
a little better.
What else we got?
We got to talk about Tomorrowland Terrace.
This is tough because it's seasonal, but I love their menu.
Same.
What do you like on the menu?
It's open.
They have the chicken strips.
Yep.
Which, you remember back in the day before chicken breast nuggets, that's what we always had. Those chicken strips. But the best part about that is they do them dipped in sauce. You get buffalo, barbecue, or honey mustard. Obviously, we go with the buffalo, but it's real good. Besides that, there's other good stuff there, too. I like the it looks like they changed the menu again, actually. The pulled pork sandwich is pretty good, but they got rid of the other thing I liked, actually. They're going to reopen next week, supposedly. But they still have the chicken strips. That's all that really matters.
All right. I mean,
like, I'm not going to throw this towards the top of the list.
No, but I think it's good right there, right?
I'm like, I mean, we didn't talk about Be Our Guest, but I'm good with Tomorrowland Terrace being above Casey's. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I
would move it down one.
Under Casey's?
Under Be Our Guest.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Be Our Guest is still kind of out of the...
Well, we haven't talked about it yet, but I think that's where it's going to end up. Is Be Our Guest the only one we haven't talked about?
Yeah.
I know it's a giant hassle, but Be Our Guest lunch is fantastic. I love getting my soup and sandwich.
I mean, we talked about the atmosphere and how much that adds to it. I would be willing to put Be Our Guest above Columbia Harbor House.
Yeah, absolutely. I would put it above Sleepy Hollow.
I would be willing to put it above Sleepy Hollow.
The only thing I wouldn't put above is Pecos.
Just because of the hassle.
But not even that.
You like Pecos that much?
And I love, like, the toppings bar finally makes sense, I feel, with this setup. Like, having that toppings bar with, you know, the green salsa and all the other stuff that's on there. Like, it finally makes sense to me, other than the burger topping bar, which I've always thought was, like, I don't know what you're really adding to it.
Well, you got that at Cosmic Rays.
And I feel like it's so limited to begin with. Like, the first time I ever actually looked at that toppings bar, I was like, why do people freak out about this? Like, it's only like, what's up there? Mushrooms and
And
lettuce
onions.
and tomato and
Yeah.
onion?
My favorite was, remember when Pecos Bills had the taco salad and all they
Yeah.
gave you was meat and a bowl because everything else you had to get from the toppings bar?
Yeah.
And people would flip out that they paid like $12 for a little bowl of meat. That was so funny.
Yeah, but like, be our guest, that potato leek soup is my favorite. The French dip is good. The
Most of
croque
their
monsieur
sandwiches
is
are good.
good.
Yeah.
You know, I like so much
I
of
mean,
that
it
lunch
used to be better. That's my only thing, is it used to be
But
better.
I don't think that for lunch. I think lunch is as good it's ever been. I think dinner is the problem. Dinner is where there was this big like downfall in quality.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I've gone for lunch, it's been as good, if not better.
Okay.
Here's the one problem I have with Be Our Guest, and it's why I don't want to put it top on the list, is that it's a hype issue. Like, the first time I went there, everybody was like, oh, Be Our Guest, it's so cool, and blah, blah, blah. And then I got there, and it was kind of, not that it was bad, it didn't quite live up to the hype, a lot of which was because of the crowds and the kind of chaos of getting in there and everything.
Yeah.
And so the higher you set people's expectations about it, the less it's going to live up to that.
Here's why I'm willing to do that. Because the last time I went is when they got a new item. I don't remember what the new item was. Maybe it was the pork or whatever. By the way, the braised pork is really good too. Whatever one of those items was added last, I had to go review. So I went, and I was completely alone. And I went and I did the whole line thing, and it took forever. Like, I had a reservation time thing and all that. And it still like took forever. And I was really mad. Like, I had a really bad ordering experience. But then the food came, and the soup and sandwich were so good that I didn't care anymore. And in my mind, I felt like this ended up being worth it. I love this. And then I think I like the gray stuff cupcake a lot too. I just had a really good meal, despite I was willing to make that trade-off of the nightmare experience it was to get in, for how much I thought that lunch was. And I think it was before the Pecos menu changed, but at least at that moment in time, I felt like, compared to any other meal I could have had in this park for lunch, I have made the right decision.
But you're still keeping it below Pecos.
And I think that's what keeps it below Pecos, is that. Okay. But I think it's real tight with Sleepy Hollow because that chicken sandwich is so good. But there is way more things I would order for Be Our Guest lunch that I think are all really spectacular.
Yep.
And I think for me, this is where it goes back to, if you're bringing a family to lunch, you know, Be Our Guest is going to have a slight advantage over Sleepy Hollow just because of the selection, including their dessert selection.
Well,
not Cosmic Rays, Nick.
Here's the question: does that same argument apply then for Columbia Harbor House to bump that above Sleepy Hollow?
No, because I would still rather take them to Sleepy Hollow. And honestly, some of it depends on weather. If it's July, then maybe we would lean towards Harbor House. If it's January, we're absolutely going to Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
We're okay with this. Is this our final ranking? Is there anything up there that we are not okay with? No? Everybody's fine?
I personally wouldn't put Casey's that high on the list, but that's just me.
I wanted to put Casey's under Friar's Nook and Starlight Cafe personally.
No.
I would go to Cosmic Rays 100 times before I went to Casey's once.
I agree with that. We're not agreed on that yet, Michael.
But what about Nick's corn dog bites?
Oh, God.
Nick is a corn dog.
I mean,
so what are we keeping Casey's where it is, or are we moving it down?
It's not good, but I definitely choose that over Cosmic Rays if I was just going to eat some crappy food. So
and what about Friar's Nook? Friar's Nook is so weird because they've only got like one thing on the menu.
Casey's has to be above this too.
And I kind of think
let's move Friar's Nook down under Casey's and Cosmic Rays.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think
That's
Cosmic
fine.
Rays has to be above Friar's Nook just for selection.
But then I would move Cosmic Rays under Casey's for sheer edibleness.
There we go.
Edibleness. Yeah, yeah, sure. Move it down. I mean, it was down. Move it down.
Is edibleness a word?
I don't know.
Yeah. Edibility.
Edibility is the word? Okay.
I have no idea what the word
I don't
is, but at least edibility sounds like...
I don't know. They both sound wrong.
There's going to be a psychotic comment, Tom, edibleness-less.
Yeah. No, I know it's coming.
Is the chat going crazy with any of these things we have on here?
No, I don't see anything. They're still going on about the French dip.
Oh.
Someone brought up Beefy King again. That's still a thing.
Wow.
So we're okay with this now.
I think I'm okay with it now. Yeah.
With it.
Nick, Jill?
No, I'm good. I love the bottom four. I love the top there. Like I said, personal preference. I'd move Casey's and Ray's up, but I'm fine with this.
Yeah, I think the top four are right. I think the bottom few are right. And in between, I think it's that which mediocre is your favorite mediocre. And
it's like choosing between Arby's and Hardee's.
Well, it's kind of like, are you in the mood for a hot dog or not?
Do you want colon blow or super colon blow?
That is true. It's a lot of hot dogs.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Well, and I think that's just one of the biggest issues with Magic Kingdom dining in general is the lack of variety compared to what you can find in the other parks.
You know what, Tom? We should go one day and just get one of every hot dog around the park and just bring it to a table and put it out there.
No.
And
aren't they all going to just taste the same?
Yeah,
I mean, they're the same, right? They come from the same place in the basement.
True, but it'll be a fun.
That's actually where they originate. They don't even come from like a factory or anything.
They were local to Florida.
Yeah, they're made in the utility.
That's where the trash
pop out of the
they make the hot dogs.
They're made underground downstairs at Tony's. They come out of the same microwave. Chicken parm. The top rack is chicken parm. Bottom rack is hot dog.
Oh. But I'm all right with this.
Okay, so the ranking is Pecos Bills, number 1. Number 2, Be Our Guest. 3, Sleepy Hollow. 4, Columbia Harbor House. 5, Tomorrowland Terrace. 6, Casey's Corner. 7. Yeah, 7, Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. 8, Friar's Nook. 9, Village Haas. 10, Lunching Pad. And 11, Tortuga Tavern. Oh boy, we only have 4 more weeks of this.
Whose idea was this?
Nobody's.
At least there are better restaurants to discuss in some of the other parks.
Yeah, I think we got the crap out of the way first.
What's the 5th one? Resorts or Springs?
It's a great question.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So maybe we have 5 more weeks of this.
Universal Studios is the 5th.
Oh, Lombards is in
like
last,
a 2-minute conversation.
What. Anyway, we're just about out of time here. There we go. Thank you, illustrious panel. And remember, kids, I know you're curious to see what's inside. It's what happens when 2 holidays collide. Good night.
Put your hands up, 'cause the night is young. And keep your hands up when it's showing the fun. And as the magic senses all